about to tell you all about the drama. Dream has some really good drama. Come and get this drama. Hey, drama. To speak to the club, start some drama. Ooh, the internet haters starting drama. Trolls, big drama. They can't get no pussy, and they just wanna be us. Drama. Because they can't get no pussy. They can't get no pussy, baby. They want this drama. They want all the mother.
And you're listening to Industry Gone Wild's podcast. Welcome, guys. This is Brittni, Kloey.
And hey, guys, this is the great Melody Cummings.
And today we have Brooke Johnson with us. I am super excited for you guys to hear a little bit about the adult entertainment business, the BDSM adult film industry, and just being an adult entertainer. My favorite adult entertainer now, Brooke Johnson. Give it up, everybody.
Well, I'm Brooke Johnson. I am an extreme BDSM porn star, and I also do mainstream porn.
Okay, and that's what you specialize in the adult film industry?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Okay, so just tell us a little bit about your most craziest experience that you've had during like shooting or any time that you've done anything with other people or just in general, any crazy experience that you wanted to share.
Well, there's been crazy good and crazy bad experiences, but one of the really awesome experiences that I just went through was with ATK Girlfriends. He let me drive his Porsche Turbo S, and it was amazing. It was like the fastest I've ever gone. And it was really fun that was like the intro to our like third porn video. It was awesome.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Well, we're definitely gonna have to take a look into who. Can you say his name again?
It was ATK Girlfriends.
Okay. And is that a production or like a group that does it?
Yeah, it's a porn company in LA. And I've shot with him a few times now, and I'm actually supposed to shoot with him again next week, and he's just really nice, and it's more of like, it's POV porn, but they also try to incorporate COVID allowing travel and like what girls like to do beyond porn. So it's really fun to show your personality and have fun adventures like driving that amazing car.
Yeah, it must have been fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to go on to the next question here. Number 3 says, how long have you been doing this field of work?
It's going to be 5 years in July, actually.
Okay, well, almost happy anniversary.
Thank you.
What did you do?
Get a cake or something.
I'm sorry?
We should get a cake or something.
Yeah, celebrate. Do a nice like anniversary photo shoot. You should do that. I wanted to ask you, what did you do before you decided to get into the industry, and what made you get into the industry?
So I have always wanted to do porn, but I didn't think like A, I was pretty enough, or B, that like I would make much money doing it. So I went to school for computer science, and I was actually a programmer before this. And it just didn't really have a lot of passion for me. Like, I didn't really enjoy doing what I was doing. And I was just like, you know what? Like, if not now, it's going to be never. So let's try it. And my first porn experience was actually working with insects, and I had an extreme BDSM movie series through them, which was super awesome.
Wow. I have to take a look into that one.
Oh yeah, you love kinky stuff?
I do. I go to a lot of fetish parties, like Fetish Factory. I mean, here, I don't know what you know about down in South Florida, but here we have this company group that's called Fetish Factory. And actually people come from all over to these parties, and they're held like once a month. And it's a lot of that BDSM, anything fetish, basically feet fetish. People come in and they wearing latex, the whole nine, and you see some crazy stuff. And I've gotten into more and more involved into the different stuff myself in the last like 5-6 years.
That's awesome. Yeah, I went to one fetish event in Florida, and it was Fetish Con, and it's like when they shut down the entire hotel and only people who are there for Fetish Con are allowed to be there. It was awesome. It was
I know
so
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, I love fetish stuff. I enjoy doing that. It's something that I didn't start into right as I went. I've been in the industry for about 11 years, but I haven't really tapped into a lot of porn. I do more like homemade stuff for my OnlyFans, but I haven't done any actual like productions or anything as far as porn goes. I've had people contact me, ask me, want to know when I'm available to do one, and people keep coming back asking me. I've also had a couple agency was trying to reach out to me. Melody? What was that agency name?
Cox Models?
Cox Models. There was another one though. Do you remember which?
Fox?
It was Fox was one of them that the recruiter tried to put. They tried to send me to a couple of them, but there was that one. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Was it Melt Models?
I don't know.
I don't remember on the top of my head. I am kind of stoned right now because I just smoked. So
like Motley Models?
No, it was. I'd have to backtrack, but it was somebody in Los Angeles, California, and LA. Because I remember I went out there and he tried to meet with me, and I was not ready. He was ready to put me in porn shoots, and I have never actually done an actual porn shoot. Charlie, his name is Charlie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlie. I'd have to go back and look. I could do it right now, but it would take some time. But anyhow, let's go on to the next question. Okay. So, remind me, how long have you been in the adult industry? You said 5 years?
Yeah, it's going to be 5 years in July.
Right. Okay. Alrighty. All right. And the next question is, tell us about your favorite scene or shoot that you did or made or was involved in.
I think that, like BDSM wise, definitely my insects movies are what I'm more proud of because it was like more cinematic and super extreme. But other than that, I have a scene, like a personal scene with Mr. Big Fat Dick, who I absolutely adore, and that was a super amazing scene. I also just recently worked with Quintin James, who's a sweetheart and super great in all forms of performing, so that was a lot of fun.
Awesome. So we'll definitely have to take a look into those and see if we can kind of get a little preview. All right, awesome. And the best and worst part of working in this industry. So basically, like, what are some of the good and the bad? Like, I know you wake up every day and you're probably like, oh, I love my job. I love what I do. I can set my limits. But there are, in this business, a lot of things that we remind ourselves that we have to put up with because we enjoy making the money and we enjoy the experience and enjoy the exposure. Right?
Yeah.
So what would you say?
I would have to say my favorite part is definitely doing what I love. Like, I love sex and creating a life that I've always wanted for myself and traveling and meeting new people, which is always fun. But I would have to say that the worst part is definitely, like, for me, in my opinion, is the stigma around being a sex worker, like the judgment from other people or people who don't really view us as human beings, just like sex robots 24/7.
Right.
Like, that's definitely not the case.
I definitely get that, because in the strip club business, I feel like when people come in, they forget that we are real people outside of there, you know? And we get treated like we are just an object sometimes by some people. But there are the ones that come in there and they're, you know, personal people. They really try to get to know you, and they want to know you and see you for who you are outside of the club too. But that is something that I also feel like I deal with a lot of, is what people think, like, we as sex workers or you know, in the strip club and anywhere online, that people don't look at us like we are real people sometimes.
Even like potential romantic partners, like I've gotten a lot of pushback and people not wanting to be involved with me because what I do for a living, because
Right.
oh no, what would their family say?
Right, exactly.
And so it's really important for me to be super upfront and make sure that they're okay with my career and my life before we even get involved, because it's such a huge part of my life, and the stigma, even if you push past it, it does rear its ugly head sometimes.
Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of issues when it comes to getting serious with guys, and them not being able to handle either one, my line of work, or two, what their family might say, feel, people around them might think. So I definitely get what you're saying about that. Absolutely. That's definitely probably one of the downfalls about being in this kind of industry. Okay. And the next question says, tell us about your sexuality and experience with working with specific genders. I know that you probably have both types of scenes, correct?
Yes, I do.
Correct. Okay. So which do you prefer or feel more comfortable or more confident with? And do you feel more confident with one or the other?
So I'm a bisexual, like even in my personal life, like even before the industry, I was engaged to a woman. But when it comes to scenes, I really think that performing with male performers is so much easier, because for women, it's really hard in that first 5-10 minutes before a scene to really be like, okay, what do you enjoy? How can I get you off, like, genuinely, and have the most genuine and authentic scene that we can have? Because it's kind of harder for women, and myself included, to get to that point of comfortability to actually come and genuinely enjoy the scene. But I absolutely love women. Like, I'm super gay. But I just think that it's easier to fuck men on camera.
And why is that? Why do you feel like it's easier to work with men versus women?
Well, professional men, they can get hard no matter what.
Right.
And
they do extra things, right, to help keep their penises thick or their dicks hard. We could be rated R here, because this is basically for, you know, the type of viewers and listeners that we want are of the industry people.
Be raunchy as fuck.
Yeah. So okay. So basically, they do things they take pills and stuff, right, to keep their dicks hard.
Sometimes. It really depends on who the person is, and I think how long they've been in the industry. Like, if they've been in the industry for a while, they're like, all right, time to work. Dick's ready. Let's go. Let's bang
just
this
naturally?
out real quick. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oh, man. So, but if they know that they can't perform a lot, they'll start taking the pill to help them stay erect longer.
Yes.
During the process.
But, I'm fine if they need to pop a pill. Like, I've taken Viagra a few times and I really enjoy it. So it's like, pills are okay with me. It just makes me a little bit uncomfortable when they shoot up their dicks, because it's like even more rigid, and sometimes like it hurts.
What do you mean shoot up their dicks?
So, like, there's a serum that they can inject with a needle in their dick to make it hard, but it doesn't feel as natural. It's really, like, rigid and sometimes painful. It's like, I like, especially with deep throating, I like a little give. So you can really shove it down your throat. Like,
I know what you
if
mean.
somebody shoots up, like, it's near impossible to get any sort of bend and get it down there.
Oh, because it's like extremely hard.
Yeah.
Which could be a little uncomfortable too, even inserting it into your vagina, into, you know, it can be uncomfortable. I can see how it could, absolutely. All right. What experiences and talents do you work with other than the adult industry? Like, for example, do you, when you're outside of the industry, outside of working, what do you like to do? What do you do on your spare time? What other talents do you have? Do you enjoy dancing, singing, painting, other like stuff like that?
I absolutely love crafts, like woodworking, restoration, resin projects, stuff like that.
I love the resin too. I like doing that stuff.
Love the resin. I feel like it like blew up during the pandemic because everyone was like, what am I gonna do?
Oh my God, how funny. Yeah, during the pandemic, we actually we have a good friend. He's in the industry too. He does a lot of the fetish factory parties, and he has a rig that he sets up. And his name is Adam Angel, so we'll give him a nice shout out on here. He goes and he actually has a whole resin setup, and he did a table too that he put a whole layer of resin and made it like an ocean. It's so beautiful. I helped him. I went and got shells off the beach, and we put the shells in it, and it was so nice. Such a great piece of furniture, big heavy piece before the resin, before we put all of like the coats of and we did the whole mixing. We did buckets of it and stuff. It was crazy.
That's so awesome.
I love doing stuff like that.
And an ashtray. He made me
ashtrays too. Yeah, we're actually sitting here right now with this glitter ashtray, and these are the best. Yeah, I like doing art projects like that too. I actually used to hand make dream catchers and sell them too. Like, I used to have a little business where I did that.
That's awesome. I love resin. I love crafting, hiking, off-roading, but I also have like kind of a vanilla job. So I'm a photographer and videographer and editor. So nice. I shoot for some pretty big companies, like pictures and video content for them, as well as porn. So that keeps me pretty busy.
That's awesome. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people that are in the sex industry also tend to do a lot of content creation, or good with advertisements, like making digital ads and a lot of stuff with like design, you know, and arts and crafts. And just a lot of times when the people are talented in that way, they're talented in a lot of ways that are similar. Like, you know, I feel like a lot of my friends that do the same thing I do, the dancing, they all like are into other stuff like arts, crafts, and making things and making content and editing videos, and they're very talented in ways, and making clothes, boutiques, right? A lot of the girls make dance outfits and, you know, thongs and Instagram. Yeah, they all have pages, or they have a soap company or something. Like, all these girls are doing something. But that's awesome.
That's like, I don't know what's her name, but it's like I see some making like their own soaps and candles.
Yeah, candles and body butters. Body butters, yeah. It's always good to start a little business too, like your own little business. You gotta have a lot of different sources of income, because this business can be up and down. You could have a lot. One month you can make really good sales, and then the next month,
the next season,
it's up and down. So, as far as like your history and your experiences, what have you had any like companies that you would want to work with, or that you ever desired to work with that you haven't yet?
Oh my goodness. I want to shoot with Sweet Sinner so badly. They're a porn company, and it was porn that I used to watch like before I was even in the industry, and I was a fan of, and just their camera style and storylines are just so beautiful. It's so beautifully shot. It's like porn, yes, but it's also art, which is like what I like to create myself. So I would absolutely love working with them.
That's awesome. All right. And so if you could list 5 people that you wanted to give a shout out or praise to, or, you know, somebody that was really influential in your career that you have, what would and who would it be?
Oh boy, five might be a little bit tough, but off of the top of my head, the first one being Charlotte Sartre. She's a porn star, and I was a fan of hers for many years before I even got into the industry. And then when I met her, she was just so sweet and genuine and down to earth, and we actually became really, really close. So definitely number one, Charlotte Sartre.
Do you have contact information as far as like her Instagram?
Yeah, she goes by Goth Charlotte on Instagram. Secondly, I would like to shout out Jean-Paul the Pope from kink.com and servethepope.com. It's another one where I was a fan for years, and I always wanted to work with him, and I just started working with him, and he's such an amazing person and a safe person to do BDSM with, and I just love him to pieces. So he's a super awesome person in this industry as well. And then third, I would say Krystal Davis, who we were internet friends and met at conventions all the time. And she was super sweet. And then when she moved to Vegas, actually, she invites me to like Thanksgiving and Christmas dinner, and I will never miss a Taco Tuesday. She is just so lovely and sweet and genuine, and she makes you feel like you're part of her family, and it's really awesome. I'm trying to think.
I understand. If you can't do 5, that's okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good solid 3.
Okay.
Like, they're all great performers and great human beings.
All right. If you could do me a huge favor and send their tags to me as far like their Instagram or Twitter, and I'll link that to the podcast if you don't mind.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Awesome. And for the people that are hearing the audio, give us a quick rundown of your measurements if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I'm 5'10" and around 120. My breast size is 34B. And then my waist is 27 inches. And then my hips are 37 inches. So very petite, but I definitely have a little bit of an hourglass figure.
Okay, yeah, we can definitely see that in your pictures. You're such a beautiful girl.
Thank you so much. You're
welcome.
so sweet.
What are your biggest pet peeves when working with others? So I know there's probably been like some scenes that you've done that, you know, you've noticed over time and time again that it's something that it bothers you, but you know you have to work with them and you deal with it.
I think my biggest pet peeve is just like professionalism or lack thereof, where it's like, oh, they're not on time. They didn't bring what the call sheet said. They're distracted. They're not very good with the personal hygiene. So I think those are my biggest pet peeves because I try to always be prepared and ready to go and make it easy on everybody involved.
Right. Well, that's why you're probably one of the many that are good to work with. And with that, you'll be able to book so easily because, as you know, in this industry, everybody talks. Oh, this person, that person's good. This person, that person was very, very easy to work with. So next thing you know, that person's getting booked a lot more than somebody who is not on point, who's not got a personal, their hygiene's not good. They're not, they're not really involved or engaged like they should be to be on point. So those kind of people don't really succeed, and they don't book a lot because people talk, right?
Exactly. Especially in this industry, everybody thinks it's so big, but when you're doing professional porn, and especially if you have an agent, like, everybody talks. And I love it when directors tell me that I do a good job. But if they go and they tell my agent that I did an amazing job and that they love me and can't wait to book with me again, that's just like even more validation that I'm doing what I need to be doing and I'm doing a great job. So I love it hearing from my agent, oh, this person is just talking the world of you. I'm just like, yes, I killed it. I really did. They weren't just saying that.
Awesome. That's awesome. All right. I'm pretty sure that you're like very, very easy to work with, and you're so sweet. So you seem like you would be very open to, having people basically, I don't remember what I was going to say, but it's like something with like, I'm super stoned right now. I was basically going to say something in the lines of, you have people that probably, when they work with you, they can be maybe overpowering, and you are so genuinely sweet that you probably just deal with a lot of bullshit from people.
I do deal with a lot of bullshit, but I mean, everybody has a line.
Yeah,
and
you can't let them cross certain lines.
Exactly.
How tough would you say about putting down that line?
My boundaries are very firm, and I am very nice and sweet, but if you cross a boundary, then it can be go time.
That's good. So you know that you can put your foot down, because a lot of girls in this industry, they get ran over. Basically, like they don't know where to put their foot down.
Yeah,
they let people walk over them.
Especially like newer girls. I'm always so like sad when newer girls have problems, because it's like they don't have that confidence. They don't know that they can respect themselves and hold those boundaries and still get work.
All right, that's understandable. All right, let's go on the next question here. Tell us something unique about you.
I don't think that people think that I'm as nerdy as I am. Like, I absolutely love superheroes and comic books and video games. Like, I'm always top 5% in the world of every season of Call of Duty.
What? So. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow. I don't really play games like that, but that sounds like some official stuff over there.
Yeah, and everybody wants me to get a Twitch, and I always look like trash when I'm gaming. I'm like sleeping in bed and like just playing to play, and I'm just like, I don't think I'd be very photogenic if I'm playing. Like, I'm shit talking and everything. It's so funny.
Yeah. I think there's actually a picture on your Instagram that actually gave me the idea that you were into the gamer stuff. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm trying to find it. Let me see which one it is.
I know that there was one picture that was taken at the very beginning of my career that was used for a Pornhub ad for a really long time. And
really?
It was a picture of me gaming, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not the best picture, but also hilarious.
Okay, well, maybe... Is it on your Instagram? Because I'm looking through it now, and I don't remember exactly Oh, you know what? I have those same exact pants. The TikTok pants. The same color that you're wearing in that picture. How
Love
funny.
them.
We could like wear them together and be matching. I swear to God, and it actually has like, it's the blue and the pink in the same spot almost.
It makes me feel like they're cotton candy pants. I love them.
Yeah,
They're
oh my
so
gosh.
cute.
Yeah, cotton candy pants. Okay, maybe it was, oh no, I don't see it. Maybe, you know what? It was probably like, you said it was on Pornhub. Maybe
Yeah.
I've seen it before, and then when I was looking through your Instagram, you know, like in your memory when you kind of like remember somebody or something, and then you think about it.
That's
So maybe it's
so
like,
hilarious.
maybe that's what
Yeah.
it is. Maybe it's triggering my mind. All right, awesome. So that's pretty cool. Okay, gamer. That is really good. I guess I got a lot of guys like that shit.
Exactly. And sometimes I like put my handle on my Instagram so that people can game with me. And it's funny because they don't believe it's me, but like I have my mic on and stuff, so they're like, "Oh my
So they're
gosh,
talking to you, yeah.
I'm playing with Brooke."
Oh my God, how funny. Do you get a lot of your like I want to say fans, people that, you know, follow you regularly, buy your content, spend money? Do you get a lot of those people to play the games with you?
Sometimes, yeah, and it's really hilarious. Like, I have one dude who's been a really close follower of mine for like 3 years, and he's in Australia. So sometimes we play together and we send each other funny TikToks and stuff. It's hilarious.
Oh, you have a TikTok too?
I don't necessarily like post on my TikTok. I just love watching TikToks.
I love watching
like,
TikTok too. I have a TikTok too, but I post like more of like stuff with like resharing other stuff. I really don't like to, I don't have time to do all that TikTok stuff, but I like to watch other people do it. I like to watch other people's stuff. Absolutely. All right. So my next question is, how do you handle negative tension? So when you're going into like scenes and doing content with people, there's probably been times that you felt that, you know, there was some negative vibes, negative energy. How do you get through that and deal with it?
Well, usually if I walk in, I try to like build a little bit of rapport with whoever I'm working with. Like, that's kind of the demisexual side of me. So like I want some sort of connection before we get down and dirty. But if they're in a negative mindset, I kind of just let them either have their space or if they need to vent. But usually halfway through or at the end of it, like, they're a lot less negative and we can be laughing and having a good time with each other. So it's really nice.
And does that happen a lot where by the end you're usually pretty good? Like, has there ever been a scene that you finished where you left and you were just like, I'm not working with those people again, any of those people, or you felt like, you know, just not happy about the experience?
I've only had one experience like that, but it was like a really dramatic like experience. I was shooting for a company that is actually not a company anymore because of how they treated me, and it like turned into a situation where I had to call the hotel security to like let me leave. And it was just a really messy situation. So there's only been one instance like that where I was like, never again with this company, never again with these people. So I view myself as lucky, definitely.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened, and hopefully an experience like that doesn't happen again.
Exactly. I mean, there are bad seeds in the industry. Like, nobody's perfect, but I do try to vet the people that I work with a lot, and there are a few people that, you know, have been quote unquote canceled, or I've heard from really close friends that they didn't have a bad experience. So you just put them on your no list and try to avoid them.
how would you try to avoid working with when you have people that contact you, let's just say, like, how do you go about finding out? Do you do research on them first, or ask people around about them if they've experienced work with them? Or do you, when you book, do you just go and do it and do your shoot? Or how do you go into experiences with people that you don't know?
Usually I research them beforehand, and I talk with my friends who are in the industry and who have been in the industry longer than I have, and see how they feel about them, and try to make sure that I'm as safe as possible doing this, because there are some situations that things don't go right, and I try to just stay as safe as possible.
Awesome. Okay. If you had to say what part of the adult entertainment business that brings you the most exposure, success, and money?
Is that more like
the
social
BDSM?
media?
Yeah, like, it doesn't matter. Any source in which you know that has brought you more exposure. Oh, so you can break it down like this. If something, a specific type of shooting has brought you most exposure, but not a bunch of money, you could, like, break it down like that.
Well, I think it's pretty even right now between mainstream porn and BDSM with what has made me more money.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely exposure, mainstream porn does get your follower count up. And it's always so hard to, like, be a sex worker on social media because you get accounts deleted all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I just hit like 11,000 followers on Twitter again, which is nice. So, but most of that is because of mainstream porn, those numbers.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So you get most of your exposure through mainstream porn, doing mainstream porn.
Yes.
Okay. And that brings the most of income that you take. Like, your income is all from mainstream porn?
And BDSM porn. Financially, it's pretty 50-50 at this point.
Okay, so how do you get the BDSM income through a different source? Do you do it on a different platform?
No. I just, like, professional shooting wise, I get booked pretty evenly with BDSM.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Vanilla content.
Okay, gotcha. So, okay. So you get basically twice as many more bookings for BDSM stuff than you do regular mainstream porn.
Yes.
To make it 50-50, right?
Yeah. But honestly, BDSM, like, especially the extreme BDSM, they usually pay more than a vanilla mainstream rate. So,
Okay.
like, it's really, like, 50-50 at this point. But hopefully this summer, mainstream picks up more, and hopefully I'll be doing more shoots like that. So it'll be more income coming from mainstream and without losing anything from my BDSM side. Because my BDSM career, like, I built myself, and then in the last year when I got an agent, he was very understanding and said, like, everything BDSM is, like, yours still. Like, you can keep booking and doing whatever you want BDSM wise. Like, I won't touch that part of your career. So it's been nice to have it be on my terms.
Well, that's good. Are you working for an agent?
Yes. My agent right now is Scotty from Elite Talent Direct, and it's a new agency. I followed him from SoCal Models.
Oh, SoCal Models. California Models?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've heard of them before, actually, because I was out in California. My sister lives in California. She's in Vegas right now, for the week. But she lives out there. She was in LA, and then she just moved to Huntington Beach. So she does a lot of bookings and shootings, but she doesn't do porn. She does like, she's on OnlyFans and does her thing, but she's never done any actual like porn. But she does a lot of runway, and she's on YouTube. She has a YouTube channel.
That's awesome. And I heard that she's in a competition right now, like a contest right now, right?
Yeah, it's Miss Jet Set. This is like the second or third time she's done this contest. Last time she made it into the first place position. Where she is right now is she's about to end this round, and she made it to first place last time she was in the contest. As far as first place, as far as this round, and she made it past this round, and then she got voted out. But today we have 4 hours left, actually, for the end of this round, and she was in third last I checked. But I did just do a lot of spamming. I just sent to everybody I knew, asking them to vote and whatnot, because they're doing like 2-for-1 paid votes, which if you buy the votes, they actually give you it's a double vote. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so they're doing that right at the end of the round, so they can get, whoever wants to vote, they get an opportunity to get the double votes at the last minute. So it's like they do that just at the last minute, just to give that little extra pump. So yeah, they're doing that. She does that, Miss Jet Set. She's done, also there's another one. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I can't think of the top of my head right now, but there's another one that she was doing. There's a couple of these. They also have one that's like the tattoo one. Miss Ink or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think my friend might have won or gotten one of the higher place of that. She goes by Tattoo Barbie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that. They enter, and I had a lot of my friends enter into the different ones. There's a bunch of them. They do that kind of contest.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's the way it's set up, where they break it into rounds, and then you're in groups, and then you have to vote, and then they have the paid votes, and you can do the free daily every 24-hour votes. So it's the same thing, but they do it for different magazines.
Well, I've been voting for her, so I'll keep my fingers crossed the next 4 hours.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And maybe you could share it if you would so genuinely do that for us.
Yeah, I'll do that after we just get off, because I saw that you just posted on Instagram about it, so I can share it from there.
All right, that would be really, really nice of you. Thank you so much.
Of course.
All right, and I think that sums up our questionnaire, our interview for today. Brooke, we thank you so much for coming on and spending the time with us to ask you questions and pick apart a little bit about your career. And I hope that we didn't dig too deep or make you feel uncomfortable in any way. We are very, very thankful, and we're going to be sending you a thank you package. So if you would, when you get it, just let us know. You're going to put the outfit on or whatever. We're going to send you a little like a lingerie piece, and maybe just take some pictures and send to us so we can do like a follow-up photo. Like if you can, like a nice, it doesn't have to be professional, but something cute. And so we could post it and say, Brooke says thank you for everybody that listened in, or something in that realm, when we post it. Okay, is that okay with you?
Yeah, definitely. That's so sweet of you guys. I will definitely have a little mini photo shoot with it.
Awesome. That sounds so good. I appreciate you and everything that you do, and I will be following up with you on Instagram. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brooke.
Have a wonderful rest of your night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye. All right, and that was Brooke Johnson for you guys, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening and hanging out with us so that we could pick apart Brooke Johnson and her career and ask her some questions and get a little insight of the adult entertainment industry as far as porn, sex work, and BDSM. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next time on episode 3.
Drama, drama. To speak to the club, starting some drama. Ooh, the internet haters starting drama. Trolls, bit of drama. They can't get no pussy, and they just wanna be as drama. Because they can't get no pussy, they can't get no pussy, baby. They want this drama. They want all.